younger self. It's a lesson in love. Many of us have done it at the suggestion of someone wise, maybe a therapist who has a technique. It's meant to help and heal. Former Flyer Wayne Simmonds shared his letter to young Wayne, packed with both memories and advice.
Remember the same kid like yourself who wanted a hot chocolate after a day at the rink, that dreamed of being in the NHL. Remember that same kid is in every neighborhood, at every rink, looking to you.
It's not as easy as it looks and sounds, but should we consider taking on the tough task? Dr. George James, licensed marriage and family therapist from Counsel for Relationships, will help us answer that question. Good morning.
Good morning, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good. I've done this before 2 times in my life, both times
Nice.
at the suggestion of a therapist. The first time I cried, I stopped. I cried more. The second time I cried a lot, but I finished it. Why is it so painful but therapeutic?
You know, it's really about the story and the narrative that we create. And when we're growing up, we have data points or information that allows us to create the story, and we make decisions around that. And as we get older, now it comes into full context. And so sometimes when we look back, we're like, oh, if I had known that then, if I had heard that before, maybe I would have done something different. And so sometimes it taps into some painful places. And that's why it can be hard or even emotional for lots of people, but really good and therapeutic.
And George, a lot of times we look at celebrities, athletes, you know, people in the spotlight, now Instagram stars, and you think their lives are so perfect. This is kind of helpful for people to see that Wayne maybe had some things that went on in his life that weren't so beautiful and great.
Yeah, I think this is great that Wayne Simmonds was willing to do this, because it talks about not only his difficulties and the journey of learning how to play hockey and to get to the professional level, but what it meant for him to be a professional Black hockey player and all those challenges and everything else. You know, and I even think about like Tiger Woods right now, like to overcome his current situation, he's going to have to pull back and go into his past to help him deal with all those obstacles, because it's not easy to overcome anything that we deal with.
A lot of times I think it helps too, I've heard friends say this, with forgiveness. You think back to maybe some things that you've been holding on to that you didn't realize you've been holding on to for so long.
Yeah, sometimes when we do this letter to our younger self is that we have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive others around us, sometimes family members. Maybe people didn't protect us. Maybe people weren't there. Maybe we made a bad decision, whatever it might be. And it's to release it and to let it go and to allow yourself to say, I'm in a different place of my life now and I can be free.
Is it something that therapists recommend often?
I think a lot of therapists use it. I don't think it's used all the time, but it can be very powerful. And it's something that I do suggest because, you know, when I work with my clients, I recognize sometimes the story they're telling themselves is different than the story that I even have learned about them. And so it's important to rewrite that story. And this is one way to do that.
I love it. You know, when I start my letter, I said, "Dear little Lauren." She's a very different person. Okay, let's switch topics. A new survey from the dating site Plenty of Fish says that 57% of single people in America think that they're going to find the one in 2021. Why do you think so many people are so optimistic?
Well, one, I hope they do. And I hope that they can find the love that this year, you know, look, last year and what we've been going through is just so overwhelming, and we need to have hope. We need to have some optimism about the future. And honestly, if you're not believing that you're going to find love, how are you going to date or connect or even find that person? You need to have some optimism.
Do you think that, I don't know, I talk about this with my friends a lot. It's one thing to be optimistic, it's another to be realistic, where the lines blur sometimes, I think.
It definitely blurs. I think you have to first start with, like, it can happen to me. I can find love. I am lovable. Like, you have to have that belief. And then the realistic part of it is that it doesn't mean you have to love everybody. It doesn't mean that everybody is a good option for you or that you're at the right place in your life for that commitment. So you have to judge and evaluate that to see, is this a right connection for me at this point?
All right, so write a letter to my younger self and stay hopeful for love in the future. I like this advice you have for us on Sunday. Thank you.
I'm trying, so I'm glad to be here. I wish you all well.
Thank you. Good to chat with you. We'll see you soon.